Memes are a buzz these days. In fact, memification has spread its arms so long and wide that even traditional and orthodox areas like finance aren't left untouched. Hi, welcome to Upsurge. We consistently share such engaging videos for you, so make sure that you've subscribed to our channel already. And also do watch this video till the end because we have an exciting reward in store for you. When we talk about the countless memes made on the Indian markets day in and day out, one just can't ignore the memes of one particular company. That is ITC. I'm sure if you've got your hands on ITC shares at any point of time in your investing journey, you would have had your friends sarcastically praising you for holding on to it with great patience with no visible signs of appreciation. Isn't it? Jokes apart, it is a serious concern plaguing the company and investors alike. Everything goes up except ITC. So, what's wrong with it? On the face of it, it is probably one of those companies which suffer from a rare conundrum arising from wrong capital allocation. While it has a huge cash generating cigarette business, the hotels business as well as the FMCG business use up an intense amount of cash to the tune of around rupees 8,000 crores in the last few years. ESG concerns loom large as well. Consequently, it will be far more valuable to operate as a standalone business instead of a giant conglomerate. Quite weird, right? So, is there some way that ITC can create shareholder value over the long term? Do they have the growth drivers? What does the future hold for this company? Let's deep dive into knowing more about the company and its various segments, which would allow us to come up with a rational opinion on the same. First, talking about its cash cow, that is the cigarette segment, which generates 45% of its revenue. Looking at it from a top-down perspective, India is the world's second largest consumer of tobacco. However, legal cigarettes constitute just 8% of the annual consumption. Why? High taxes. In fact, India has one of the highest taxes per 2,000 cigarettes at 7.7% of per capita GDP. To put that in context, that is 15 times that of the US. It is this very reason that legal cigarettes, accounting for just 10% of cigarettes, contribute to 4/5 of sector revenue. It is this very reason that people switch to alternatives like BD and chewing tobacco. While the impact of high taxation and stringent regulation on legal cigarettes would be detrimental to company interests, the company has adopted various strategies and measures and enjoys various tailwinds that will help them ride the tide. It is a market leader with the strongest footing in this industry. It is also focused on product innovation, democratization, and premiumization. As a result, over 11% of their sales have been coming from new product launches. It also enjoys an unmatched distribution strength with over 7 million, which is twice the next best. It aims to capture the shift from unorganized to organized segment. Moreover, a wide portfolio and regional customization helps it absorb tax increases better. Also, it has witnessed great recovery from pre-COVID levels with further annual expected growth of at least 4%. Talking about its FMCG business, which generates 28% of its revenue, it has witnessed significant growth moderation due to high inflation and high base effect. However, this concern has been continuously averted by ITC by strengthening its backward linkages with its agri-business, foraying into adjacent value chains and building R&D capabilities. In fact, it has launched over 110 products across target markets in this year alone. This, coupled with its market-leading brands like Ashirvad Atta, Bingo and Sunfeast, provide a great runway. Demand and marginal revival in home care and personal care categories is a much-needed plus. The government's PLI scheme is also expected to bolster its exports. Moreover, by acquiring minority stakes in startups like Mother Sparsh and by venturing into D2C space with its ITC e-stores, it has made it clear that it aims for a strong e-commerce FMCG play as well. Now, let's turn into the loss-making segment, which is majorly responsible for ITC's value dilution, which is the hotels business, which only generates 4% of its revenue. In fact, in financial year 21, segment EBITDA stood at rupees 78.03 crores against a loss of rupees 268.6 crores, signaling huge outflows on account on non-operational items. However, there are some things that are working for this segment. ARR and occupancy rates have improved considerably from pre-COVID levels. It has also successfully tapped into alternate revenue streams with staycations, wedding plans, food delivery services, and memberships. Moreover, the adoption of an asset-right and light strategy going forward is sure to deleverage and improve profitability. Most of ITC's capex over next 3 years is expected to flow to FMCG and paperboard segment, leaving just 10% for hotels, reflecting this commitment. Coming to its paperboard, paper and packaging segment, which generates 10% of its revenue, on the back of an increase in anti-dumping duty, it has witnessed huge growth at 11 to 13%, with demand coming from e-commerce and pharmaceuticals. Its Philo and Omega series are poised to benefit greatly from the Make in India push. Moreover, it serves as a great margin accretive segment, and its growth adds greatly to the bottom line of ITC. Plagued with severe taxation, excess supply, and lack of export incentives, its agri-business, contributing to 13% of its revenue, has witnessed significant consolidation. As a result, ITC improved its market share by 600 basis points to become the largest exporter of unmanufactured tobacco leaf. It is also planning a multiple value chain play comprising coffee, spices, processed fruits and a lot more by leveraging its cross-selling capabilities to large buyers. Its Infotech business has displayed great improvement in EBITDA margins, growing by 1700 BPS in just 2 years. Moreover, they're looking at several M&A opportunities to propel inorganic growth. In fact, there is a possibility of it being listed as a separate company once it is scaled up and becomes self-sustaining. Talking about ITC's current financial performance, it registered a healthy growth of 23%, registering a revenue of over 55,000 crores. However, the EBITDA margins declined to 34% due to raw material cost inflation. Talking about a peer comparison on valuation metrics considering the tobacco segment, it has the highest EV by EBITDA, PE and price to sales ratio, which suggests overvaluation on a relative basis. Now, it's time to unveil the reward you'd been waiting for. Avail the subscription of Upsurge.club and get 10% off by using the code TAKE10. Sign up now. So, coming back to our previous discussion, what do you think? Will ITC rise to put an end to countless memes being made on it every day? Or will they continue unabated? Let us know in the comments below. And if this intrigued you, don't forget to hit the like button.